Hi guys, and happy Saturday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I wanted to get up here and talk to you about something that's rather personal. It's not politically related, but I wanted to tell you my story rather of how I got to be where I'm at and why I'm doing this. And I also wanted to share a bit of a secret with you guys that I've kept from you for a while. But I feel I want to let you know because I promised when I started this channel that I would be open and honest, and you'll understand why I've kept it a secret for a little while as I get into it. But I was born with cerebral palsy, and I don't know how much you guys know about that, but it's a disability, if you want to call it that is caused by a lack of oxygen to the brain during the birthing process, birth trauma, either during the process or shortly after. And the part of my brain that controls my legs was damaged. There was a hemorrhage to the brain. So I cannot walk. I can walk a little bit, rather, in a walker. I really don't do it so much now because as I've gotten older, it's gotten harder and harder to walk. I used to walk a lot when I was a kid in my walker, but I barely do it now because it's very difficult to do because the weight of my body puts too much strain on my upper body, which is pretty doggone stout because it's having to pull the weight that I cannot put on my legs. Um, so with that being said, yeah, I've kept that from you guys out of fear that I would be judged on the basis of my disability and looked at as a guy in a chair because I've struggled with that my entire life. And I don't want to have to deal with that. I want to be judged on the basis of my ideas. And nor is this a channel about cerebral palsy awareness or any kind of stuff like that. I don't want anybody's pity. I'm a man. View me as a man and judge me for the validity of my ideas, the ideas of liberty. That's why I'm doing this. So I've kept that a secret for a while because I feared that someone may judge my intelligence because you wouldn't believe the things that I've had to deal with. I've had people talk to me like I was retarded who didn't know me my entire life, even though I'm speaking clearly. The only time I've ever had anybody have any trouble understanding me is because they couldn't understand this beautiful mountain accent that I have because I'm originally from Western North Carolina. But I've never had any trouble communicating or anything like that, but still I've had people judge my intelligence and talk to me like a child because I'm sitting down in a wheelchair, which is absolutely ridiculous. To be honest with you guys, if I could tell you a quick little story, I have had twice Democrats get down in my face when I went to go vote. I've had Democrats talk to me like I was mentally retarded or like I was a child and then tell me who I should vote for because I'm just so special and so candidate just loves people like me. That's literally what I was told. I was told they love people like me. People like me? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, it infuriated me. And I'm a libertarian, and I realize that both Republicans and Democrats are terrible when it comes to government, and they both are equally responsible for growing the size of government. And it's progressive that it's a progressive thing. It's not Republicans versus Democrats. But I do have to say that at least the Republicans have treated me like a decent human being every time I went to vote. I've not had them talk to me like I was retarded or like I was a child or insult my intelligence. But the reason I'm telling you now is because I want to be open and honest. I said when I started this channel that I valued that. And I feel that you guys deserve to know that. I want you to feel like you can relate to me. You're not just my viewers, my subscribers, and I'm not doing this for likes. I just want to be open and honest with you guys. I'm a real man on the other side of the camera, and I want you to feel like you can relate to me, that you can have a sense of familiarity with me and comfort. The reason I started doing this is because I'm very passionate about liberty. I remember when I first got involved with politics, It actually started in a weird place. I've always been very big into history, but my history teacher in college, this was back around 2013, we had American history, and he was talking about, the ideas of the American founding, and then we started talking about the progressive era. And I thought, well, my God, how did we get from individual liberty and individual sovereignty to this bullshit that we're having to deal with now? How did we get into this mess? And I started to realize that it wasn't just the Democrats as I thought before. I thought that the Republicans were the good guys and the Democrats were the bad guys. Little did I know until then that it was progressivism that's deeply rooted in both parties that has got us into the garbage that we are now. It's the progression towards big government. And so I would come home and I would rant about, this is how we got from here, and I would talk about particular issues, and I would, go around and get into the details and the roots of the problem. And you see, this started here, and I would connect the dots from A, B, C, and D. And I remember my brother-in-law, who I have an extremely close relationship with, told me, he said, you sounded a lot like Glenn Beck. And I thought, well, who in the world is that? I'd never heard of Glenn Beck at the time. And this was around 2014. So I'd been doing this for around a year. I would come home and talk about the issues. And so he turned me on to Glenn Beck. And I thought, my God, this guy gets it. Where has this guy been my whole life? And so I started listening to him every day. And as I listened to him, I realized, well, I got to do something. I'm just an individual, but I can't sit around on my ass and do nothing while government continues to grow. So I started to realize, well, I've got a gift for talking to people. I was told by people that are very close to me, they said, you are very good at communicating ideas, which is something that I never really thought much about. I struggled with trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life. But I found my passion. I was passionate about liberty. And they said, well, you're good about talking to people. And then after doing some soul searching and praying and talking to God, I realized that it was my responsibility and my job to be a commentator, to talk about not just the news, but to advocate for the ideas of liberty. That was my job. And so I've been trying to figure out, well, how to do that. And so I thought, well, I feared a lot of things. I feared rejection, so that kept me from doing videos for a while. But I finally got up the courage, and I said, you know what, to hell with it. I'm going to do it. If I have to start somewhere, I have to do something now. Time doesn't wait for any man, and we can't allow this government to keep growing and to keep getting involved in our lives. So I started doing YouTube videos like I have now. Been doing it for about 2 months now. And so that's where I'm at. But I kept that from you guys because I wanted to be judged on the basis of my ideas. And I'm not doing this for likes. I'm not doing this. This channel will not be a cerebral palsy awareness channel or any crap like that. You won't hear me talk about that very much. But I just wanted to be open and honest with you guys and let you guys know where I'm coming from and let you know that there's really no secrets between you and I, as I promised. And I love you guys, and I love liberty, and I promise to always be open and honest with you, no matter how hard it is for me. Now, I pray that you guys would take this and do what you will with it, but I will not lie to you, and I will always be truthful and open and honest no matter what it costs me. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos, and I'll see you this coming week, guys.